in-house secrets. SC must waive confidentiality rule and disclose reasons for rejecting APCM's charges. So SC or the Supreme Court, it must waive confidentiality rule, means it must consider, or it must show the confidentiality rule and disclose the reasons for rejecting APCM's charges. And it actually gave some reasons for denying or for not approving the charges of the APCM, that is Jagan. So now, actually, what the Supreme Court had done, it's not appropriate. So now it must disclose the reasons for rejecting APCM's charges. The Supreme Court has dealt with a grave matter concerning issues of judicial propriety with a characteristic opaqueness. So the Supreme Court, it has dealt, means the past tense of deal, it has dealt with a grave matter concerning, it is relating to the issues of the judicial propriety with the characteristic opaqueness, and its work of dealing with this grave matter is opaque, means it's quite opaque, means it's not transparent. We cannot see what really happened there, and how the Supreme Court has taken its had taken its had taken its decisions. It has dismissed a complaint from Andhra Pradesh CM Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy containing explosive allegations against CJI designate Justice N.V. Ramana, but declined to disclose the findings of an in-house inquiry. So now we'll be reading what actually happened. It has dismissed a complaint from the Andhra Pradesh CM. The CM of Andhra Pradesh, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. He had complained about a few things in the state of Andhra Pradesh to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, it has dismissed all of the complaint. It had dismissed the complaint, and it did not give it attention. These complaints given by the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, they actually contain explosive allegations. Here, what they mean by explosive allegations is that shocking allegations or shocking accusations against CGI designate, and these accusations were against CGI designate Justice N.V. Ramana, but declined to disclose the findings of an in-house inquiry. But it did not stop or disclose the findings of an in-house inquiry, means an investigation in the party. The rejection was disclosed on the court's website on the day CJI's S.A. Bobde recommended Justice Ramana as a successor. So the rejection was disclosed. This rejection of the complaint filed charged by the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, it was disclosed on the court's website on the day CJSA Bobde recommended Justice Ramana as a successor. The Supreme Court declined as soon as Mr. Bobde or the CJSA as soon as he told that his next successor for his post will be Justice Ramana. It's quite obvious. It's kind of quite obvious what is happening here. It's like as Mr. Ramana is going to have in the near future, the Supreme Court. It appears that the Supreme Court it wantedly had let go of Ramana in this case. Going by procedure, a committee of 3 judges must have inquired into the charges. The actual thing which should be happening is that the Supreme Court, it should be starting it should be doing its in-house inquiry, but that's just what should be happening, and that's not happening anyway right now. The lack of transparency is based on a 2003 judgment of the Apex Court that any inquiry under this procedure is meant for only the information and satisfaction of the CJI, and is not meant for the public. So the lack of transparency here, obviously there is no transparency, because it showed no reasons. It had told no reasons to the public or even to the government why it stopped its in-house party inquiry in the case of Ramana, in the case of Mr. Ramana. So this procedure, the procedure which should be actually taken, it was only meant for the information and satisfaction both for the government and for the public. of the CGI and is not meant for the public. However, this may be an instance when not many will agree with the confidentiality norm. So, however, this may be an instance means anyways, this situation it could be an example of how things go when we when Supreme Court does not agree with the confidentiality norm. When Supreme Court when it does not follow the confidentiality normal or the rule. The allegations came from a person holding the high office of CM, and the crux of his grievance was that the AP High Court was hostile to him and his regime due to the influence wielded by Justice Ramana. So, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, he has such a high post in India. Obviously, CM is a very honorable person, and initially he started his complaining from the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. And when he went to the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, it was very hostile to him. It was very hostile to both him and his government of Andhra Pradesh. So it was pretty hostile, and it did not adjust and it did not adjust justice to him, because if it had done justice to him, it would be against Mr. Ramna, which means that which is not a good sign for the High Court, because he is going to have a high post in the near future. So to protect themselves, so it actually appears that way. I'm not saying that the Supreme Court must have done that because of that reason. It just appears the way that the Supreme Court had played it, the High Court had played it safe. Further, he accused the judge of proximity with Mr. Reddy's political rivals and alleged the involvement of his family members in a land scam that involved prior knowledge that Amaravati was to be declared the state's capital and speculative buying of land there. Uh, Further, he accused the judge of proximity with. There is little to comment. The requirement of confidentiality is in a probe of this nature, as the dismissal of the complaint is ipso facto means that a serving chief minister has level false and motivated charges against the senior Supreme Court judge as contempt of court, even if the committee found no merit in the allegations that he raised in a significant affidavit.